Hello everybody, I'm back again. I've got card number 7 to show you. This is card number 7 from my lovely arrangements to go kit that I am offering right now. The kit includes all of the pre-cut supplies to make 8 different cards using the beautiful coordinating designer paper, and you will have leftover designer paper to use on additional cards when you're done. It features our lovely arrangements stamp set and the coordinating dies. You also receive a full packet of our, there we go, Moody Palette Glossy Dots. You will have lots left over that you can use on cards. So this is the card we're going to be making. I'm going to go ahead and set it aside so we can do some stamping. Got a piece of scratch white paper. We're going to start with our Momento ink, which is our black ink that we use anytime we're going to be doing some coloring with our alcohol blends, which we are on this card. And we're going to stamp 2 of the larger flowers. And 1 of the smaller flowers. Then we're going to use our Old Olive ink pad. And I'm going to bring a scratch piece of paper over here because we are going to do a technique called Stampin' Off. So I want to use this Old Olive ink, but I don't want a bold Old Olive. So in my scratch paper, I'm going to stamp the stamp once. Then without re-inking, I'm going to stamp it again. And then you just get a lighter tone of the Old Olive. So we're going to do that again because we need 2 of these. Stamp it off. And then, there you go. So we get a much lighter color of the Old Olive. It's a way you can really use your inks to get multiple colors out of one ink pad, because you can actually stamp off twice and get a much lighter color than that. So you can get 3 different colors out of it. I like to use that a lot when I'm doing like trees, like a forest. I like to use just one green, but stamp it off 2 and 3 times and you get multiple colors of trees. So we are going to now take the dies, and I'll show you how our dies line up here. We've got a die for the little flower, for the larger flower, and for the leaves. And I am going to run that through our cut and emboss machine. And for the sake of time, I already cut out some extras. So this is what we're looking at here for what I'd cut out of the machine. I would do it on camera, but the machine just takes up so much space on my desk, and I just don't have a lot of space for videoing. So now we're going to take our 3 flowers and we're going to color them with some Petal Pink blends. And I like to start with the dark, and I use the brush end. And I just like to color the center. And I just like to come in on the little lines that are in the flower. And it doesn't have to be the same, doesn't have to be perfect. This is just to highlight the flower a little bit. Remember, when you use your blends, you never want to use them straight up and down, or else you'll ruin the tip. So we've put the dark in there. Now I'm going to come in with the light, use the brush end. What I love about this is that it just doesn't have to be perfect, and you don't even have have to fill in all the white space if you don't want to, because it just adds a little bit more to it if you don't fill it all the way in. Now, I would call my blending abilities a little more than beginner level, but definitely not advanced, because I have seen what some people can do with our blends, and it's amazing. I have not ever figured out how to take it to that level, but part of that, I think, is because I had wrist surgery many years ago, so doing a lot of coloring and writing for me is actually a little challenging, which is why I just like this simple method. Now, sometimes I just feel like I want to come back in and add a little more. Like it blended a little too much for me. Just want to add a little more pop to it. There we go. So my flowers are done, and I am ready to assemble my card. Oh no, I'm not. My bad. I still have to stamp and punch out the hello friend, which let me get out my mat and my black ink, and we're gonna stamp the hello friend with the black ink. And we're going to cut out using one of the dies that are in the set. And when I'm using my dies that have to line up like this, I just like to use a little piece of washi tape to keep it in place. And this one I do have to run through because I didn't do this ahead of time. So bear with me a minute while I'm off camera. There we go. There's our hello friend. Now we're ready to assemble. We'll put this card in view so we can see it. This is on a white cardstock base that actually opens up and down. And we've got a piece of our designer paper that is 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to add our 5 dots of glue. We're adhering it to a piece of Secret C cardstock that is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And before we adhere it to our card, to the card base, we're going to take some Stampin' Seal on each side of the back, because we have a piece of ribbon that we're going to wrap around. So we just put that Stampin' Seal there to hold it in place. We're going to wrap it around, hold it in place on the other side with the Stampin' Seal. You can cut off the extra if you want. And now we're ready to adhere that to the card base. All right, and then for the next set of layering, we're going to use the other side for this one. And I believe this piece is 3 by 4, which means my Secret C mat behind it is 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. I'm a big fan of matting in 8s. You can mat in quarters, but I really like using 8s. We're going to use dimensionals to adhere this to the card. You just need 4, 1 in each corner. we're going to center that on the front. And then we're going to adhere all of our flowers and leaves with just using glue. So we've already got this piece popped off the card for dimension, so there's no need to add more dimension with the flowers and leaves. You can if you want. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of using dimensionals on my cards. We're going to add the hello friend. Again, we're not using dimensionals. If you wanted to, you could put a dimensional under that edge. And to finish it off, we're going to get out the Moody Palette Glossy Dots. And we're going to put some white dots in the middle of the flowers. So we're going to use the large dots in the large flowers and the smaller dot in the smaller flower. And there we go. That is card number 7 of my Lovely Arrangements card kit to go. If you're interested, just comment on my Facebook link, or you can send me an email at stampintracy@hotmail.com. Thanks for watching.